Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. I'm standing out here on a peculiar formation of stone. I, for some reason, decided this is where I need to start recording the episode. I am outside of the tag building scouting the area around it, and I've spent my morning working on this. This is the episode where we're going to complete the project, so to speak. And I've been trying to meet up with Grian so we could do this together, but it's just not working out. I've come to the realization that we work at very different times. He's like a late night person and I'm an early morning person. So for me, I wake up super early, go for a walk, and then I get on the computer and I'm ready to record or play. And today, it's actually the middle of the day right now. I have been playing mostly, just working on things that I'm about to show you. So anyway, when a player is tagged, they will get sent to a location. That's going to be somewhere around here, and we'll have a path that just leads them through the terrain and kind of teases them to the building. And I love the way we've got this little bit of a cliff over here, and yet around the corner awaits the tag building, which I've been working on, because we are going to get the game up and running by the end of the episode. I promise it to you. Okay. So first of all, you'll notice this is just a simple pathing design, but it doesn't really quite line up with the terrain around it. So one of the things that won't actually be done today, that I'll come back and do in the future, is some landscaping and terrain work around the area. We're going to build a garden on the outside, we're going to build a path from the distance leading up to it, and it's really just going to make this build more magical to have that surrounding around it. But what we need to do is focus on the inside and getting all the rules of the game down. And so I've started off just by going through the build again and looking at some little details. We've got a name tag up there, little bits in the roof have changed. There are actually mobs spawning on top of these blocks up here, so I've gone ahead and I've stopped them from doing that. One of the ways that I've done that is by using some redstone blocks, mainly buttons, which aren't actually made from redstone. Those will stop mobs from spawning in this space right here. It now occurs to me that the roof is kind of close to that, and they probably didn't actually were able to spawn there. Jeez, that might have been a silly thing. But anyway, one of the things that I really wanted to do was give all of our armor stands at the front here some name tags, and it turns out that you can't do that. If I go up to one of them and right click on them, we can put whatever items in my hand on the armor stand, but because we can also rename these as well, it means when we try that with the name tag, nothing's going to happen, and that sucks. I even tried using a dispenser, and before you say it, yes, I moved the armor stand so it was directly in front of the dispenser. There is no way to put a name tag in their hands. I thought it would be so cool to walk through here and have all of these name tags on display. So in front of us, you'll see that I've tidied up the room by removing some torches. I've also put some glass panes on the side, sorted out the lights, and made sure that there's no torches around, that the lighting is good, nothing can spawn anywhere. And so because of that, we have to sacrifice a little bit of the floor and add in these lights. But you know what? The room actually looks really good like this without the torches, so I think it is a worthwhile compromise. And as I was writing the book, which is something the player is going to see when they come through here, right? Where do your eyes go to? Well, they could actually probably go anywhere, but I'm kind of drawn to this central part right here. Oh look, there is a book for me to read. That's what it is saying to me. And if we open this thing up, it says, "Dear Hermit, welcome to the tag headquarters. This monument was constructed to guide players through the rules of the game conceived by Grian. If you are tagged, head up the stairs. To learn about the history of tag, head down." So obviously I've gone and I've added some stairs going down, because it kind of occurred to me that if you're not tagged, you're not going to learn a lot about the game when you come here. So as you saw in the last episode, there is a drop that the player does into the rules section, and then after that there's going to be like a hall of hermits for who got tagged in what order. That is where this staircase is going to lead the players to, so we're going to link those two things together. Now, before we head up the stairs, I want to put a sign in here. I'll put the text in it later. It's probably going to say instructions upwards and donations downwards. I'm going to put a little hopper here that goes into a chest. And then if anyone comes by and thinks this is a great build, maybe chuck something in there. Hey, I might get a few diamonds from it, who knows. But anyway, these fence gates right here should indicate to someone that they're not supposed to go up there, and it might encourage a hermit to go, I should read the book first, and then they'll know that only a tagged hermit can go up these stairs. So when the player comes up to the loft, which is before the walk of shame, we need to just guide them through what's going to happen next. And I've been thinking about the way to do this, and I've decided to add these little totems that stick out of the ground, because when you walk up here, it's kind of the first thing that you see. You walk over here and you're probably going to get led round one by one, right? And then go up those stairs. Now the text on these signs, I think I'm going to try and shrink and condense so it's one sign for each one of them. But anyway, let's have a little read. Hermit, you have been tagged. Shame, you must now undertake the tag ritual before you can play the game. Over here it says you must prove yourself worthy by making the mighty climb, that is the parkour, and the leap of faith, which is the drop down to the bottom. And it says to watery depths. That's something we'll get to soon. I think you're really going to like this idea that I've had. Anyway, then we have this one that says, but first for your sins, take the stairs and walk the walk of shame. And of course, this is the stairs referring to, and then this is the walk of shame. So things in here have changed. I've moved a few blocks around. I've adjusted the lighting, but we don't need to go into that. You know all about this room. And it's probably going to be the last one that we stock up, like all of the dispensers and stuff, because I'm going to be walking back and forth through here a fair bit at some point. Anyway, in this room there is one more idea that I want to introduce, because that's kind of boring, right? Just some stone bricks and a sign. I think what we should do is attach an armor stand behind it, and then using the book, let's have this armor stand sort of come up and come into this thing and have it like a creature leaning over, maybe pointing at the player. So inside of here I've got some monster heads, and some of these are pretty grisly, right? We've got a wither skeleton skull, we'll probably use that one. Let's see. I reckon the phantom would be a good one in here, and probably that wither skull. Yep, the three of those look pretty fantastic. I've done the signs as well. You must undertake this ritual before you play the game of tag. And this one looks like he's prancing deliberately. Jump through towers high to take a leap of faith. And then this fella. But first one must be punished and take the walk of shame. And the arrow there is deliberate to try and point them in the direction of the stairs. And then once you completed the parkour challenge, you are greeted by this fella right here. Maybe a bit of a jump scare. Kind of spooky looking. I was half wondering which way it should face, but that is the way that I've gone for. And it says congratulations, now to take that leap of faith. One of the things I'm not so keen on doing in my episodes is staying in one location. However, we're going to be working on the tag game for pretty much the rest of this episode. And the next bit that we're actually about to do is one of the ones that I'm most excited for. But I got to thank Jevin for his prank that he did. If you didn't see the last episode, this is why I am currently Turtle Man, because I've been reunited with the Turtle Brethren. And this prank is just absolutely adorable. It reminds me of a Season 2 prank where we pranked Zombie Cleo and we turned her like cathedral. I don't know actually what it was, but we waterlogged it and basically turned it into an aquarium. Now Jevin has done something similar here, and so we got tons of turtles swimming around looking amazing. But this has been on my mind, and I've been thinking about how it's waterlogged and how there's this seagrass, and it made me think of underwater caves. So we don't have it anymore, but we did have a sign talking about watery depths. And here's my idea. I think when we drop down here, we should drop into a waterlogged cave. So check it out. With stone bricks, I've made a little bit of structure in this room. And then the rest of it is kind of jagged with lots of slabs and stairs and a mix of blocks, so it looks kind of naturally. And I reckon we should waterlog the entire thing and then go through with some sea pickles and bone meal and breathe a little bit of life into it, and then it will be like this underwater cave that you've fallen down into. Now I've had to change the layout, which we talked about in the last episode, because of where this staircase is. So this is the finalized staircase now. This is what it's going to look like. And then somewhere in front of here is where the hallway is going to go all the way up in that direction for all the players that have been tagged. So our room now has to go in a different direction. I think what it'll do is it will go over in this direction, then to the right again, and come back towards where this corridor is going to be. So we're going to create a sequence of rooms that guide the players through the rules and do other cool things like add twists for each of the rounds. And this is the stuff that is going to be really, really fun. But before we can get too into it, we kind of need to get these rooms built and get them waterlogged and see if the look is going to be good or not. My friend Giarian has arrived. And you've...
Yeah, hello, xisumavoid.
Oh, messing up the name, are we? Jeez. Oh,
No.
Thank you so much for the 11 blocks. It's too generous, man. It's too
I
generous.
just salvaged it from the pickle shop.
Well, I appreciate that. Are you selling pickles for iron?
No, the lid is made out of iron blocks.
Oh, no, we can't be having that. We can't be having that. I
No, no,
mean,
no, 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 no. I'm gonna salvage all of it eventually, but the pickle man's on top, so I haven't touched it yet. But I'm gonna salvage that back because, in hindsight, that was a ridiculous thing to do. I mean, there's like 3 stacks of iron blocks
yeah,
on there, and
you
then I realized that iron could be better used.
absolutely. You want to build with iron once Tango's built an iron farm. That's the way to do it. Sorry, a poppy farm. He's building a poppy farm. So this room should have been waterlogged already. And now that I've done that, the atmosphere in here is incredible. I do really like this. I didn't put the signs in for the rules though, I got a bit carried away. So we're going to need to set up a conduit down here, which I guess is what the player who is it coming down from above would need anyway. Otherwise they wouldn't be able to breathe in this area. And then when it comes to the next area, I was originally going to have 2 sections here, but Green convinced me otherwise. And then what we're going to do, as you convinced me to, what would be the word, like join together the twist room and the punishment room, because it gets a little bit convoluted having 2 sets of things to do. So each round is just going to have its own twist. That's what we'll call it from now on. And over here I'm going to create a dispenser system that allows you to put in your own twist each round and then to get one as well. So check these out.
So like a lever here, a lever here.
I don't know how I'm going to do it all just yet. It'll probably be a button that you press and then it gives you the item from the dropper. But I think I want the dropper to be on display so it's obvious where these things are coming from. So I'm going to have to do some redstone. Those are some of the ideas that I've got so far though.
Hey, give Korean a diamond block. I like that one.
That's a
Wear
good
a
one.
pumpkin while tagging. Yeah, those are really good ideas. I actually got some fresh paper as well if you need it.
I do. That would be great if you could chuck me some. 36, jeez. I think I'm going to put about 9 things into this one, and then there'll also be like a chest on the side so that the player can then go and write their own one and put that in there for the next round.
So like a hopper here for a hopper maybe, so like people can submit their own.
There'll be a chest with paper, there'll be an anvil, and so you could come in here and like, you know, you could give 10 diamond blocks to Grian, which I don't think anyone would actually do.
And we're just a little bit worried that people might take this too far, and by people I mean me.
Yeah,
like,
you might.
If I submit one, it's going to be awful. Like, you've got to sing while you tag someone. Like, you know,
I'm
really...
going to rename a piece of paper and put that one in for the first round.
Oh.
It's going to be in there, but it will be randomized, so we never know what the next term it's going to get. And when it comes to randomization, things are going to be pretty simple because I want there to be 9 of these things at a time. There's going to be 9 to begin with, and then 1 will get taken and 1 will get added, and that means the one that's added has a chance of being in the very next round of tag, which I think is pretty cool. At the moment this thing is empty, and what I originally wanted to do was to put the dispenser out on display and then make it so that it was empty, but when you click the button it would then fill it up and give it to you. That would have taken some redstone, but after thinking about it I realised that even when indented like this, the water sources are going to spread out and flow into there and knock out the button. So a simple little setup like this just to go around and take it out of the dispenser isn't going to work, but because that's pointing into a block it means we can't see it, so it's kind of simple, right? Well, so is the solution to this problem, and I just don't happen to have 2 stone on me, so let's quickly nab around here, grab the other one, and guess what? We're going to craft a pressure plate. So if I put the pressure plate here, it's actually going to power that dispenser. So now what they'll do is they'll walk up to it, and that'll power the dispenser and they'll get one. So over here we've got a chest saying add a twist, only 1. Inside are some supplies. I'm of course going to move these over in a second. And then we have deposit twist over here, so the hermit can put it into that dropper and then the hoppers take it into the dispenser for the next round. Oh, and let's say you rename one of these and you put it in before you take one out. Well, because there's always 9 in there, that's actually going to sit in this hopper first of all, so that conveniently sorts itself out. So next up we got to work on the Hall of the Tagged Hermits, which is where this staircase and the exit there will meet and head off in that direction. That's not actually essential for the game. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to fill up the dispensers in the Walk of Shame up top. I've also installed a conduit down here which gives us night vision, and it kind of takes away the need for the sea pickles, but they still look cool in here. And so we got a book over here which I guess I could open and flick through the pages for you just so you know what's going on. Let's grab that. So if you want to pause the video, you have your opportunities on each of these pages. And there we go. We've got the rules, and then we've got the introduction to the twist. I'd like to put that back in the item frame. There we go, cool. So then you can go through to this area, which has been successfully waterlogged. We've got some signs in place. And then we have the other area, which is now non-functional. So it's just got a whole bunch of stuff in. And I guess that's it. So now we are just left with 2 things to do, and then the game is playable. One of these things is done. However, I'm going to need your help because I've been trying to come up with some short insults, and the ones that I've got are pretty terrible. So in here we have shame. Over here it's nobody wants to be it. I thought I just saw a creeper up there. It made my heart skip a bit. And then some of these other ones have some pretty awful ones. And the worst Minecrafter ever is... yeah, that's about as good as I can do. So if you'd like to chip in and help out, in the comments, #shame, put a short little tidbit. Remember, it's got to be very small because we renamed items. And I'll come back here and stock these up with far more. But all of the dispensers have been filled. Those ones up there have arrows in, and some of them have splash potions of slowness. So this is all ready to go. And that leaves us with this area here. I need to join these 2 bits together, and then we will start work on the design for our hallway of hermits. And that isn't even essential, but I'd at least like to get this bit structured and make the exit obvious. So the first person to play it comes through here and knows exactly what's going on and doesn't see this crazy, you know, space that we've got at the moment. So while I'm working on that, I actually have something to show you. I recorded something with Tango, Impulse, and Wells the other day.
All right, bit diggers, here we are. This is the big moment.
Oh man,
are we ready?
The grand reveal.
We are missing Biffa. I think Biffa did dig 1 bit himself, but he could not make it here, unfortunately. But I think it's safe to say he was not the winner.
So he only got 1 bit.
I think so. Maybe 1 or 2. I'm not sure. So what we're gonna do here is reveal 1 at a time. You guys take your books and just kind of toss them my way, and let me know what your count is, and then the winner will be. I have quite the prize here ready.
We already know who's won.
No. It's totally a mystery.
We have our suspicions.
We have our suspicions, yes. What's your total?
Oh. All right, I have 8 bits.
8? Not bad. Not bad. That's more than I thought.
Not too shameful.
That's not too bad.
Now, okay. I have 4 and 1 bits. For some reason, they don't stack together, but 5.
4 and 1 bits.
Because you tried to make a cheaty bit, probably.
Yeah, no, I did no such thing.
Cheaty bits.
No cheaty bits.
Cheaty bits.
They're all legit.
All right. Well, do I need to? You have a dump truck coming in, or how's this gonna work out here?
I do. I've got 18.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Wow.
All right. So now I'm curious. Okay, I think there were 33 total.
There were.
And I've got 31 here, counting your cheaty bit, if that is a cheaty bit. I'm not sure. So maybe Biffa got 2. I'm not sure. But, Wells, congratulations, my friend.
I'm so jealous.
So jealous. Watch this.
What are the runner-up prizes, though, Tango?
Runner-up prizes? No, I mean, not that.
That should be me.
Luckily, I logged in before you and picked it up. All right, here, you get a rocket. And you get a rocket.
1 rocket. Yeah.
I should get 2 rockets.
Okay, you can have 2 rockets. Thank you. Runner-up prize. All right, Wells. You've heard about the glorious grand prize, right?
I have all the poppies I could ever want.
Exactly. Unlimited poppies. All right, well, we're gonna get started. Here we go. Look at this guy creeping in. Hey!
Sorry.
Creeping in, trying to steal it. All right, here we go. Here's phase 1 of the prize. Some of that. And some of that.
Oh my god, there's phases to this prize.
There's multiple phases. This prize is so good.
Shulker boxes of rockets.
2 shulker boxes full of rockets.
Always
yes.
Useful.
Wow. Okay. Now, you also know that the grand prize came with unlimited, purely ethical iron, right?
And poppies.
And poppies, yes. So here, I give this to you. This is just a sample. Just a sample for you.
Actually, I should look and see. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness me.
Well, that'll do. That'll do.
That'll do.
Tango, how much iron have you mined to make all of those iron blocks?
I know. That was like 12 hours of work.
And you're building a poppy farm at the same time.
I know, exactly. I know.
Impulsive.
So just to be clear,
decorative.
just to be clear, Wells. Disclaimer: that iron cannot be sold, traded, or made any profit means whatsoever to any other fellow hermits. Yada yada yada. Right? You know the deal, right?
Yeah. You beat
The
it.
fine print.
It is
Ruined
for
my
you.
plans, but you ruined them earlier when you put it in the book. So
All right, here you go, sir. Grand prize. Enjoy.
Very nice. The
That
beacons.
gold looks familiar.
Unlimited
The
iron.
gold, yeah.
Unlimited
Authentic
iron.
gold.
Why, thank you, good sir.
You are welcome.
So the last thing left on our list has been done, but not 100%. Let's drop down here, and we've got a very clean and pristine hallway here. I'm loving the lighting in this area as well. Maybe we've overused those end rods a little bit. There's also some sea lanterns hidden behind the cobblestone up here. So we've sort of taken a page from the book, The Room Above, and sort of recreated it down here. Look, you can just about make out the edge of it. But what you'll notice is that it's not in all of the spaces, and so this is kind of left a little bit unfinished, and that's because I've run out of sea lanterns. However, I do actually have a way of farming sea lanterns, which I think I'm going to show you in a future episode, because we don't have to buy them from Iskall anymore. But yeah, this is the design, and we'll come back and we'll put in those sea lanterns in a bit. And then from here is where the Hall of Hermits is going to start, and this is where we're going to have statues dedicated to each person who's tagged. And I'm also going to have a really easy way for you to be able to find the video where that person was tagged. So there's definitely more stuff to be done with this project. As you can see, the sign says Hall of Tag is under construction. Exit ahead. Should be pretty obvious from this point that you're going to walk down there. So that will be it from me this episode. Tag is ready to go, and you will see Evil X very soon. So if you have enjoyed this episode, then leave a like as always. Thank you for your support and your patience with the Tag project, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.